So with this video, what I wanted to do was to, take you guys through one of the corporate hacks, which is to, never outshine your manager. Now, never outshining your manager is something that nobody will teach you in the corporate world. But, it's extremely important because it actually comes from Robert Greene's book. So what that book teaches, that book, by the way, is a phenomenal book that, it's a phenomenal book to deep dive into human nature. By the way, human nature is perhaps one of those things that everybody should learn. Like basically, unfortunately in India we are not taught human nature, but trust me when I tell you, human nature is something that for you to succeed, because everything that you do in life, you like, well, for example, you're going for an interview, you're dealing with human. You're making a product, you're dealing with human. You're uh, in a relationship, you're dealing with humans. So, and some of the tendencies of human are ego. Ego is basically very centric to human being. Like as a human, no matter, like everybody has ego. Almost everybody, like they have ego, and whenever you say something, there's a high possibility that uh, so what happens is that whenever you say something or do something, the way it gets perceived by opposite person will be very different from the way you think they will perceive. So that's the whole point. They have their own sort of construct, own filters, own everything. Okay, so coming back to this video of never outshining your manager. So you know but the central tendency sorry, the central concept once again comes back to ego. you know because, like, when you outshine your manager, by that I mean trying to sort of, like, so for example, you're in a senior manager meeting, or you're in some sort of a catch up, and you try to sort of showcase yourself as if you're the one who has delivered everything and your manager didn't do anything, and something like that. So you will hurt your manager's ego, and probably in this conversation you're getting to interact with senior managers, but in next conversation you might not interact with senior managers. You will have to sort of, so, and your manager will act as your conduit. So by that I mean, instead of trying to fight your manager, try to be in a position where your manager fights for you. Like, and I absolutely agree that some managers can be, like, some managers look for themselves, and might not sort of try to further your agenda. In that cases, you have to evaluate, but you still have to be very careful in not trying to outshine your manager, not trying to sort of overpower him. So you still have to be, like, very careful. Like, by that I mean, what you can do would be, talk to him, sort of be very subtle, sort of, even when you're presenting something to a senior manager, give him some credit, like, okay, this is where he helped me, this is where this guy or this girl, this my manager has helped me in this and this manner, even though he might not have. So this is, unfortunately, this is a corporate hack that you're not taught at management schools or colleges, but it's very important, especially for promotions. But yeah, there's an exception to this rule of never outshining your manager or master, which is that if you feel that your manager is in a weaker position, or if they have messed up in if they've messed up really bad, and that they're about to get fired, then it's then you can take this opportunity to sort of show to your senior managers that you're ready to take charge and get promoted and things like that. So, and or for that matter, like, use that position line if you know that that your manager is about to, or for that matter, if they're about to leave the company, that also would mean that that you can sort of outshine him and he wouldn't give a damn. So these would be scenarios where you can outshine your manager, but beyond that, don't outshine your manager. Like, don't outshine, don't sort of overpower your manager.